and I'd like to change things. And to do that, I got to show you what was wrong and what we're about ready to do again. So I pulled up 5, 6, 7, 8 years where there was a federal crime. And those reports, is important to know that the only people that touches those reports is our president and our treasurer, which happens to be the same as the business manager. And it's important because there was a pretty fraudulent attack on our union, and it may have been just out of naivete, but it was two people. One was Joe Savvy, and the other was Wayne Updike, which I like Wayne, but you know, he's a little anxious about this, but he doesn't have to be, because the statute of limitations are run out, and I wouldn't show it if they hadn't. I'd give him a pass, but we're starting to do the same silly stuff. So let me show you why that is. So I'm going to show you back when in the day that we had, not because I think it's something I have to do, but it's something that needs to be done for our local, and it shouldn't have to be me, but unfortunately it is. I was called upon by many people to look into this situation way back when. Some of them have changed their mind, but I haven't. So what happens is we have to file our report to Labor Management, Department of Labor, which is a federal thing. And we have to do that every year. And we committed a pretty large fraud thing back then. I don't think it was done on purpose. I just think they didn't get it. But we're heading down that path where it is on purpose recently. So I'm going to let you look at why that happened, and why things like this should never happen. We shouldn't be avoiding our bylaws, for number one. We should be following our bylaws. So I'm going to take you back to the time when John Sullivan began. Actually, it was before this. It was Bill Lamb, but here's the old reports that they no longer use. So I'm going to take you to the new reports. So if you take a look at this one, this is 2005, 2006, and it's important to know during this era who was president. And there he is right there, it's his president. So, but what was going on, and I don't know why, but Joe Savvy was the treasurer, and here's the guy that signed as president. And right above his name, under penalty of perjury. So why that happened, I don't know, but it happened. And I don't think it happened for a good reason, because John was there. And I know John was upset at the time, but he wouldn't tell me. It just happened on this the other day. So if we could look for a few years, I think 4 was the same way. I go up here to 5. You can see this is 6 and 7, and they got them backwards. Actually, Savvy should be over here, and Wayne should be over here. But it was still going on that, and John was president then. And then we go up to the next year, 7 and 8, same problem. Brother Updike was signing as president. Joe Savvy was going along with it. So both of them had something in this game. We move up to the next year, and John finally becomes allowed to be president, and Savvy. So we went through several years of doing this. Why? What was so important to keep John out of this loop? So fast forward to now, we're going to question, I'm going to question this election, because suddenly we got 6 agents. And I came up after the first vote to specifically talk about this. I sent them all a letter that they weren't happy. And they can show it to you. I don't care. I wasn't happy either. But we're avoiding, we're just going to pass this law no matter what, this bylaw allowing 6 agents. We did it before that. I think it was Tom. I know Sydney was probably one of them, but don't hold me to that. But we've been putting these agents in a month early so we can get them under the tents and glad hand them for when they come in, so you vote for them. And Chris has been nominating them. And they usually been the Secretary Treasurer, and I want to do this for the young lady that's going to become a recording. I should have said recording secretary, recording secretary. And the young lady's going to take this. And I want her not to perjure herself. I don't want Ray to perjure himself. I don't want John to perjure himself. But if they're going to say that they read this and they voted on us, they're lying. The only reason I came up there was to get into this, that we need to scrutinize this 6th agent, give people a chance to be that. It's just come into, boys club. I was called it before, and it's tragically a shame. We should be better than this. I mean, we got one party where we don't have a other party contending them kids. I mean, it's me in this case, but you know what? I don't know enough people to win this thing, but I know enough to show you why you should be concerned, fellow brothers and sisters of Local 602. This isn't right. This is not right. Ray Black, he's going to have to talk about it. John Sellers going to have to talk about it. And this is a federal government crime. That means it's a felony. It's a felony. This is a felony if they're going to go through with this. And I've been saying along, this is a bigger story than you think. Felonies are no fun. Fortunately, the time limitations run out for Brother Updike, and I wouldn't put it up like I said it would, because I don't want to see anybody harmed. But I don't want to see this continue, especially if the young lady is going to become recording secretary. And in my plan, and I hope they adapt this, we ought to read them, and then we ought to have somebody from the floor read them, so we make sure they don't get buried in the gobbledygook that when they want to get something through. These are not contractors. They don't create work. The contractors don't create work. The economy creates work. And so we're both servants. The union and the contractors are servants to the economy. And do we really need to put another $100,000 in a Jeep and all this stuff they get in there? Does it really call for that? I mean, seriously. I mean, justify. I mean, these guys are so worn out, they can't do more. I mean, I'm hearing reports, they go see people, great. But, they got a big advantage because they're glad-handing, and it's a good thing they go out and glad-hand and still trust in the union, but it's not a good thing when the union can't be trusted. So I'll leave it at that. I'm going to put it at. Now, I want you all to get this out. I mean, I can't find everybody that needs to read this. No way. Because I haven't been doing it. But I'm going to be here, and this webpage is good for 3 years. 602joebailey.com. I'm going to be going to the union meetings for this next 3 years. And I'm going to try to create somebody that wants to take over this union and lead it. And if you follow my platform, it's about inclusion and transparency. So I thank you for watching, and I'll probably see you at the election and at the next meeting, which it'll be interesting talking to especially recording secretary and John, because they're the ones that are saying that this was passed. I was 8 feet from John, waiting for the reading. Never happened. Never happened. And Chris put it up like it happened. So those 3 fellas have done, I mean, Chris especially, he put it up like it happened, and we broke the bylaws. So it's going to be a lot of people looking at this other than the members of Local 602. It's going to be the UA. It's going to be the Labor Department. So let's get this thing ironed out. This isn't good. Thanks, guys.